jump off, nobody gonna know. Can't you see? Can't you see? What the hell woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see? What the hell woman, she been doing to me? Gonna get a ticket as far as I can. Ain't never coming back. Find me a southbound all the way to Georgia now, till the train run out of track. Well, can't you see? Oh, can't you see? What the hell woman?
Visit Tasmania, land of wilderness and home to countless vanishing wonders. Affordable rents, Year 12 completions, the swift parrot, and of course, liberal governments. That's right. After being driven off the mainland for being utter bastards in every other state and territory, Tasmania is a refuge to the last liberal government in Australia, which is why here at the Tasmanian government, we're very much shitting our dacks about the coming election. Hello, I'm from the Tasmanian government. We've been running Tassie for the past 10 years, and as you'll discover on your visit, we've left no corner of this island unfucked. 1 in 4 Tasmanians live in poverty. Half of us can't read good. Shit tons are homeless, and our hospitals are so full the sick have to wait in ambulances, and lots of them died. But nobody's been betrayed more than our youth, many of whom have suffered human rights and sexual abuse under our watch, in hellholes like this. Have we closed the hellhole? No. But we have promised to crack down on youth offenders. Will this populist wank address the causes of youth crime? Nope. Will it send even more kids to the hellhole? Yup. But that's a price we're willing to pay to win this election. 'Cause we're a government with heart. Yes, Tasmania, we know you want us to fix all this. We hear you. That's why, if elected, we'll invest this much in health, housing and education. Just kidding. We'll blow it all on a fucking stadium. Sure, it'll cost over $1 billion after the inevitable cost blowout, which you're on the hook to cover. But look, it'll have a roof over it. Unlike Hobart's homeless people. Okay, so it's a shit deal. But we have to do it because the AFL said, if you build it, we will come. And here at the Tassie government, when outsiders tell us to sell out Tassie, we do it. That's why we're letting these foreign-owned companies farm Atlantic salmon in our waters. Sure, they're shitting all over our marine life, pushing the Maugean skate to extinction, contaminating our shores with antibiotics and firing explosives at seals. But look at the benefits for Tassie. Despite billions in profits, the tax they've contributed these past 3 years comes to approximately fuck all. Maybe that's why we've had to slash millions from your hospitals, which, unlike the salmon industry, is a major creator of Tassie jobs. Are they at least responsible? Fuck no. TasSal's Canadian owner was kicked out of Washington State for breaching environmental laws there. And Huon's Brazilian parent company is linked to illegal deforestation of the Amazon. Oh, and its owners bribed almost 2,000 politicians. Cool and normal. Why are we selling out Tassie to these shit stains? Rest assured, it's got nothing to do with those $4,000 a head fundraising dinners we hosted for them. But that's not all we're selling out. Visit Takaina, where we're letting this Chinese state-owned mining company build a dam to dump its toxic tailings. Fuck you, Master Owl. Visit the Styx Valley, where we've extended native logging to 2040, so this can be turned into paper, coffee cups and shit tickets. Fuck you, Swift Parrot. Does logging native forests help our economy? Oh, sweetie. Our state forestry runs at a huge loss, which means you are paying to destroy your own natural heritage. Fuck you, Tassie taxpayers. Sure, the federal government gave us millions to conserve our native forests, but we're gonna log them anyway. Fuck you, taxpayers on the mainland, even though they are critically important carbon sinks to combat global warming. Fuck you, world! When you put all this together, you might be thinking of not voting for us at the coming election. Thankfully, you can also vote Labor, because they're almost as good as us at selling out Tassie, making deals with the pokies lobby, extending native forest logging, keeping our political donation laws this week, keeping the hellhole open, building the bullshit stadium, and being shills for multinational salmon companies. CashApp, approved by Albo. Whatever you do, don't visit this site, which shows which candidates to vote for if you want a government that serves Tassie rather than these guys. So vote wisely, Tasmanians, cause this election, you will decide if the last of the Liberal governments will stay or be wiped off the map of Australia. You know what to do, Tasmania. Please, we'll even throw in a chocolate fountain. Visit Tasmania. Come down for shit fuckery. Authorised by the Department for Bread and Stadiums.
Jimmy on a beat, boy.
Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. 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 BOOMER, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer, whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okie dokie, boomer.
Whose birthday is it not this week?
It's definitely not mine.
Oh, it's not Shanda's birthday next week. Everybody, I
I'm
screwed
sure
up.
the whole list of people it's not.
I screwed up. I thought Shanda's and Linda's birthday was this week. It's in May. So we're gonna wait till May to celebrate it. But early birthday surprise for you, Chanda. Oz fucked up your birthday date. So
That's okay. I don't mind starting my birthday celebration early. It is my 50th birthday, so it's kind of a milestone. So yeah, I'm gonna start partying now. We're good. Let's
God,
just
you
do
don't
it.
look a day over 29. I
Oh,
swear.
you're so kind. I don't think that's true, but you know, good lighting is a fucking amazing. I will tell you that. I wish I could take my studio lighting with me everywhere I went.
Yeah, I do too. It doesn't. It helps me a little bit. So I'm thinking anyway. Hi everybody. Hey, Retro Gamer. What's going on? By the way, Retro Gamer. Yes, capitalism is the root of our destruction. Retro
Well,
Gamer.
Oz, happy start of World War III.
Yeah. Happy World War III.
Fireworks, hear it? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, no, we got the fireworks. Good timing there, Chanda. Popeye the Sailor is in the house. Red Angel, come Soiree Kate. She will be with us in spirit tonight. Vic, what's going on, Vic? Hey, Vic. Hey, what's going on? We've got Cowboy Kitties in the house and Snow Leopard Mastermind Hour. Saw you on Eric's show last night with Jason Call and Corey. Mastermind Hour did a good job over there.
My buddy Jason Call. Yeah, I've known Jason Call for a very, very long time, and I had a great time yesterday hanging out with Mastermind. We had a great, in-depth conversation about everything.
About everything. Yeah, it was very cerebral. I listened to that conversation. Very good. Jody Havel, what's going on? SFT is in the house. Anthony, what's going on, Anthony? Good to see you. Deborah Grossbach. Cold Fusion Gaming is in the house. There's Snow Leopard again. Riley Martin, good to see you, Riley. John Kemper is in the house. Let me see. I'm getting down the line here. Jilly, hi Jilly, Wesley Donison, good to see you. Midnight Karma is here. Let me see who we got. I think I got Steve. Wolfie's in the house. Good to see you, Steve Wolf Brandt. And yes, Wolfie, I'll say here now, we've got to bear witness to every damn thing those murderous sons of bitches are doing to those people in Gaza. I stand by that. We must look at it. It's the least we can do for them and Aaron Bushnell. We have to bear witness, period. So I'm all over that.
A lot of people want to bury their head in the sand, Oz, and not look at it. It's hard to look at it.
It is hard. It's horribly hard to look at. And I get that. I get it. Let me see. Natalie Williams is in the house. Hi, Natalie. What is going? Rick Solis. What's going on, Rick? Good to see you. And I really try not to miss anybody coming into the show. I think you got anybody else? Steve G is in the house. What do we got? 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 You got the Rockfin, Bad Cookies. Bad Cookies. I think I got everybody. Bad Cookies.
I think it's the beginning of spring, Oz. People are out and about. Daylight savings has happened, and
Good.
we've got more time at night.
Good.
I just crashed. What the heck?
No, you're there.
Okay, hold on. Wow, that's weird. It crashed all my tabs, but my mix is still open. So yeah, we're gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah. So hanging out over in the Ruffin, there's not very few. Crone of Heresy's hanging out over there with Fred Edwards. Hey, Fred, what's up? Hey, Crone. Oh, there's tech support. We always need tech support. Speaking of that,
yeah.
how's our sound tonight?
Yeah, how's our sound besides the crackling in the background?
If I can get any more of these channels back up. Oh, okay. I got a few of them. I'm actually not logged into the Zoom right now, I don't think, or I'm not on the Zoom because I have like a 5-second delay on the Zoom.
Okay,
so
forget
I'm
it.
running in the vMix tonight, okay?
Okay.
So I can't
So-
see the studio. You got to prompt me.
Okay. I will prompt
Thank you.
I will
Okay.
prompt
We'll
you.
see if this works. If this works, then we won't need to use the Zoom, right?
Yeah, but you don't see the whole studio, right?
No, I don't see the studio, and I don't
Okay.
see you because I've got the chat up over your face.
That's okay. That's a better look than me. And yes, Texas Court and Corona Heresy. Hello to everybody over on Rumble. We've got 12,000 people on Rumble tonight. That's a record. And
Birdhouse
the
Blues is hanging
Kick-
out over there.
The Kick and the Twitch. Are we still going on Twitch? I know I fired over there. And the
Yeah,
X.
we're still going on Twitch, and we're doing good on X. We're getting a lot of views over on X between our two channels because we are on both of our channels, the Land of Oz and the Trailer Park.
Yeah, and I've just put the scroll up on the bottom there. That's that multi-tiered scroll I've got. If you can pick your name out of there. If you're not on there, let me know. You should be on there. Fair use is what we've got going on tonight, and I need to get over here on camera number.
Sorry, I'm trying to get dialed in to
One.
where I can see
I am
the show
too.
and do the show.
It is. Remember, everybody, this show is satire, and although it's more buzzkill these days than satire, it is what it is. We got to go through this. Anyway, if you want to become a Patreon, Junior Boomer, Mid Boomer, Big Boomer.
We love our Patreons. I had a
we
Patreon stop by
do.
today, Oz, and I sent her home with some Joey's coffee. So thank you,
Oh,
Kate, for
good.
contributing. We're sharing the wealth around here, and yeah, I love me the Joey's coffee. I got to wake up with a cup this morning, and it was amazing.
The best part of waking up. I stole that from Folgers.
Yeah, careful. You're going to get coffee smacked.
Yeah, there is our buy us a coffee if you'd like to drop us some coffee money. There it is, and this is just part of the process. But if you don't have it, don't do it, please. We will get by. Are we ready to kick this thing and get it going,
I
Shana?
am very discombobulated tonight. I don't know. Since we moved into the new studio, I'm going to have to reconfigure to where it works better. It flows better for me. My what do they call that? Come on. Oh, the Kim Shui? What is it? It's not flowing. My energy is not flowing where I have set up tonight.
Kim Shui?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. My brain's damaged tonight. I think.
Thanks, Bad Cookie, hanging out over at the trailer park and saying, give Chanda a like over there. Yeah, make sure you go
Yeah.
follow me over at the Trailer Park Pundit if you are only sub to Beauty and the Boom. Please.
Now,
I'm doing fun stuff.
yeah, we've got, this is the first slide. I thought I'd make that little cartoon, no witnesses, because they're murdering journalists as well as Mercy. Did you see they bombed an orphanage and a hospital again this week, Shanda? Isn't that
Yeah, I sent you that. And every day they went back to Al Sharif, like hospital, right? And they tried to say they found a bunch of money there. You mean the money you hauled in there? But okay.
Yeah.
We'll bite, we'll pretend, but yeah, it's just been an all-out bloodbath all week, right?
Yeah, they murdered.
We had the
murdered-
media going crazy over Trump saying bloodbath, right?
Oh,
When
yeah,
all the
such
fucking
bullshit.
politicians say it. That happened this week. We covered a lot of crazy shit, but this one here, this narrative that the Democrats have turned on Israel is a joke. If you are biting on this, you are a chump.
No, it's part of the game. It's, look at the right hand while we're screwing you with our left hand, and that's it. This is all think tank stuff because they're not that smart. But
Oh
the think
God,
tanks
they
are.
don't do anything in Washington without a fucking think tank. Are you kidding? Lobbyist, think tank. I mean, remember that cartoon of how a bill becomes a law? Right?
A bill, yeah.
Now they have to put in their think tanks and then lobbyists and it's so corrupt.
Yeah, that's from
all
my
of it's corrupt.
childhood. God, that's like from like 1960 nothing.
But
so.
they're doing this to dupe dumb ass voters, dumb left voters. Is
Yeah,
the whole
they do.
reason they're trying to pretend like they put this resolution up to the UN for a ceasefire, and Russia and China are so evil they shot it down. But America put that resolution in there knowing the language in that resolution was going to get shut down immediately. And but now they can say, look, we're the good guys. We wanted a ceasefire even though we voted down like the last 17 or some shit. And they're bad. It's China and Russia again that are the bad guys. And you know what? There will be voters on the left that will fall for this, but they're trying. Biden's trying to get a ceasefire.
Well, that's I've got some friends that don't like to talk politics and or religion, and this is the time when we should be talking politics and policy, especially going into another shit show election year, which I don't know what you want to do with those elections anymore. Can you see what's behind you, Chanda, at least? Are you able to see that?
Schumer signals approval of Netanyahu's address to Congress. Yeah, they're all on board for this, including Speaker Johnson.
Okay,
They're
the
gonna
United Nations.
extend it over. They're going to extend an invite over for him to come address our Congress, because why not? They own it. They might as well speak to it.
Yeah, that's, they've had Zelensky there. They've got Netanyahu there.
Yahu's
That
been
should
there
be
before, right?
that
Yeah.
should be a crime. That should be a crime. That should
should be.
absolutely be a crime.
It's
um,
treason.
yeah.
Yeah. You're bending to a foreign agent,
Yeah, that's what it is too. And if APAC should have been designated as a foreign agent back in the 60s, and I think I heard this week somebody believes that's why they off JFK, because he was
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of talk about
Yeah.
that was part of the reason that
Yeah.
they took JFK
Not a
out. It's just one
surprise.
more reason, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and
they've had a stranglehold on our politics since their inception.
Yeah, it's truly horrible. What's going on with this one right here? MSNBS. You brought this early. You wanted me to throw up
okay.
sooner
So
than later?
we're always talking about the hostages, but what about the hostages? We got to get the hostages freed. Well, this is one of the hostages, and this is over at MSNBC. So it's going to be good, right? This was one of the women that was at the concert, the rave,
Mhm.
right? I think we saw a lot of video or picture of her. She was the one that was in the back of a car, and then there was reports that she had been R-worded and killed, and blah blah blah. Blah. Those were all media.
That's not
bold-
Luke,
yeah.
is it? Is that Luke? That's not Luke. Luke did get killed, right?
What?
Luck, the girl that
No,
was
this is a
face down in
different-
the.
I
Okay.
think this is a different woman.
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to be clear on that. So you want me to pull the trigger on this one? Ooh,
Yeah, go ahead.
bad metaphor.
This one's 3 minutes long, but I figure I'll let you hear what she has to say. This
The
is what the
Security
full
Council
clip they
has
put
failed
out.
to adopt a ceasefire resolution.
Oh, this is that crap.
Okay, the United Nations Security Council has
Yeah,
failed to
okay.
adopt a ceasefire resolution that was introduced by the U.S. While the majority voted in favor of the measure, Russia and China issued a veto. The resolution called for an immediate and sustained ceasefire in the war in Gaza, saying it's imperative to protect civilians and ensure more aid can be delivered to the enclave. This is the strongest language the White House has supported so far. The vote comes as Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is in Tel Aviv right now meeting with Israeli leaders, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It has been 5.5 months since the terror attack by Hamas on Israel that killed 1,200 people. About 130, that's the approximate number of hostages who remain in captivity by Hamas and are believed to be held in deplorable conditions with little food, fresh air, or sunlight. Activist Mandana Dayani recently sat down with
Who has
Maroon
food in
Sela
Gaza?
Yanai,
Nobody.
a 40-year-old jewelry designer who was captured by Hamas terrorists at the Supernova Music Festival last year. She was released on November 29th and has decided to speak out now about her kidnapping and her 54 days in captivity. Take a look.
I can't even imagine being taken, like what that moment was like.
The kidnap.
Yeah.
We just kept walking, and we heard some screaming, and I'm with a broken leg, so I kept walking, and again, nothing. I'm screaming help, but nobody's there. All of my friends are gone, and then I hear screaming, but it was louder, and they ran towards me. There were 13 Arabs, and now I'm in a car with 3 Arabs in the bagage, 4 Arabs in the back seat, and 3 Arabs in the front seat, and I'm on top of them.
Oh my God.
By myself. It was a crazy feeling. All I can say to myself that you probably are going to be raped, and you probably are going to be killed, and don't resist. And then we enter Gaza, and I will not forget this picture. The entrance to Gaza is like a huge arena, and everybody is screaming and happy, and everything is chaotic. And by the time they start to hear the screaming, the guys in the car are getting really, happy because they brought a prize.
Like they're showing you off to
They
everyone.
pulled in my hair, punching my head. And by that time, I felt somebody is trying to pull my leg outside, and I felt like pipes into my legs and beatings in the head inside the car. And they called the Hamas to come and take me. I was wearing green pants, like army pants, but fashion.
Yeah.
And I wore army boots. And then I realized they thought they caught a soldier because they kept asking me where I served.
They took her because they thought she was a soldier.
Yeah.
Because she was wearing cargo army pants.
Well, they're all conscripted at a certain age over there, right? It's like the
So
draft.
anyways, this is the only part of the interview that I could find so far over on MSNBC. You don't see so far her talking bad about Hamas. Yeah, I mean, the people that grabbed her, yeah, they hurt her. That's obvious, But the reason they did it is because they thought they were capturing a soldier.
Well,
I just found it interesting that, I figured, hey, if they're putting it out there, I'll let you guys hear it. Because we're always hearing about the hostages, right? And we haven't got interviews with very many. We haven't heard interviews with very many.
yeah. No, we haven't, because the ones that we
Listen to
have
everybody's
heard.
side. I want to hear what everybody's saying. I'm not just going to negate what they're saying because it happens to be the rhetoric that the other side is spewing.
Yeah, I just, again, it's, it's just one aspect of it. It's not just
Right.
that. It's the murder and the constant slaughtering of the civilians that is the disturbing factor here for me. So,
Oh, I absolutely
what
agree.
is this?
And it doesn't equate, right? Okay, so even they did this terrible thing that doesn't allow you to go and just massacre 40,000, 50,000 innocent fucking civilians, mostly children. There's no justification, and in no reality is it justified.
That's if you're not a monster. So obviously they're showing their hand. What does this shit stain have to say behind you?
Well, let's hear from him.
All right. This guy, he's the worst. Max Blumenthal burns him down too. There's
I
a
love
there's a
it.
good
I love
video
it
out
when
there
Max
of him.
owns his ads.
And there's a clear consensus around a number of shared priorities. First, the need for an immediate, sustained ceasefire with the release of hostages. That would create space to surge more humanitarian assistance to relieve the suffering of many people and to build something more enduring.
Jesus.
We've been working, as you know,
That's not
with
what's
Egypt,
going to happen.
with Qatar, and with Israel to put a strong proposal on the table. Hamas responded to that. The negotiators continue to work. The gaps are narrowing, and we're continuing to push for an agreement in Doha. There's still difficult work to get there, but I continue to believe it's possible. The United States has also put forward the United Nations Security Council resolution to support these efforts, and we hope that all countries will back that resolution.
And you just passed the funding bill for Israel yesterday, so they're going to get $3.3 billion more to perpetrate this monstrosity, this slaughter in Gaza. So go fuck yourself, Anthony Blinken. Anthony. So,
Oh, and they're bulldozing the rubble with the bodies still in it to make their port, right? Their pier.
Yep. And they're already, they've got Jeremy Lafredo put up he got inside and got some interviews with some of those monsters. And they're shocking yet not surprising, too, if you see any of those on the Twitter or the tweets.
Richie Medhurst has been burning it up.
Oh, yeah, he has. You brought a Huffington Post here.
Israel's government spokesman says war will continue even if all the hostages are released. This war has to end with the end of Hamas, Yvonne Levy told the BBC. So, I mean, yeah, he can stand there and say, oh, we want the hostages released and that'll allow much needed humanitarian relief. But Israel is saying the exact opposite of give us back our hostages and we don't give a shit. We're still going to keep
We're going to mow you. We're going to mow the lawn.
Exactly.
We're going to mow the lawn so close this time there's not going to be anything left. And that's what they're going to do. And it's just the facts. Just the facts. What did you bring Kushner here for?
Oh, Kushner. Kushner's telling the truth about the waterfront fucking property.
And enclave right between them. And Gaza's waterfront property, it could be very valuable to, if people would focus on kind of building up, livelihoods. You think about all the money that's gone into this tunnel network and into all the munitions. If that would have gone into education or innovation, what could have been done? And so I think that it's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there, but I think from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up. But I don't think that Israel has stated that they don't want.
There are real fears on the part of Arabs, and I'm sure you talk to a lot of them, who think once Gazans leave Gaza, Netanyahu's never going to let them back in.
Exactly.
Maybe, but I'm not sure there's much left of Gaza at this point.
Yeah. There's nothing left.
There's nothing left for them to stay for. So he's like, they might as well leave and just give us the property. Like they had a chance and they decided to buy munitions and buy terrible things instead of building. So
that's the whole goal. You brought
inside their open air prison. Yeah. These two, I mean, this is my problem with Trump. These are still swamp creatures. These are still fucking monsters, right? Yeah, they're different monsters than the monsters we're dealing with right now, but don't forget they were monsters. Ivanka and Jared combined net worth is estimated to exceed $1 billion. The fact that they won't lend her daddy the money to pay his $464 million bond tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, smoke and mirrors. It's more bread and circuses. So.
And God.
Chanda, you wrote most of the desk, so I'm going to let you just go off every time I throw these up. So,
nowhere to go after indiscriminately flattening Gaza and pushing Palestinians towards famine. Now the Israeli military is seeking to remove the Palestinians from Gaza permanently, whether by displacement, disease, hunger, or execution. This is the next stage of genocide.
All of the above. All of the above.
Yeah, we are at that stage. So
now
Israel just bombed. Bombed a orphanage.
Al-Amal orphanage in Gaza. Yeah, yeah. That's you can't get much lower than that. Hospitals and orphanages.
Well, we saw that drone footage that was leaked on Friday. I think Al Jazeera got it. Did you see it? I know you saw it. Where they?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. Believe me, I saw it. I bear witness to that too. Yeah. All of these martyrs out there getting slaughtered. There's nothing. This is just a slaughter. It is. Now this week they were the Western media, the propaganda media in the West, was pumping this notion that Russia and China bad. They voted against the ceasefire, and I had my cynicism of that. I thought it was bullshit, and I found a good explanation of why all that happened, and they're trying to take the soundbite thing like Kamala Harris with her bullshit ceasefire. This speaks about it directly, so I think you guys will enjoy this explanation because it covers it pretty thoroughly. I happen to agree with it, and you may or may not, but it's pretty concise.
The ceasefire resolution that Russia and China just vetoed at the UN isn't actually a ceasefire. The resolution the U.S. proposed says that there's an imperative for an immediate ceasefire, but it never actually calls on Israel to stop its massacre. The corporate media is reporting that Russia and China have just vetoed a ceasefire, but don't actually tell you that Russia and China vetoed the resolution precisely because the ambiguous language would allow Israel to continue its massacre. And that's exactly what the U.S. and Israel wanted. They proposed this resolution knowing it would be vetoed, so every headline in all the major news networks would say Russia and China vetoed a ceasefire.
Exactly.
This is part of a clear strategy emerging within the U.S. ruling class to flip the narrative by making it look like the U.S. wants a ceasefire and that it's the Palestinians who are blocking it. A few weeks ago, Kamala Harris came out and announced that she wanted to see a ceasefire in Gaza, which shocked everyone. The video circulated like wildfire, and the corporate media was running headlines praising Kamala Harris, saying, Kamala Harris has proposed a ceasefire. But if you actually watch the full clip, Kamala Harris says immediately after that she's calling for a 6-week temporary ceasefire, one that's already on the table.
There must be an immediate ceasefire.
Jesus Christ.
For at least the next 6 weeks.
Oh, God.
What is currently
God.
on the table.
The ceasefire proposal she's referring to is the Israeli one, which would pause the fighting for 6 weeks, during which Israel would get all of its prisoners back, and then the genocidal invasion of Rafah would continue. The ceasefire that Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Gavin Newsom, and all of these U.S. diplomats have come out in support of isn't actually a ceasefire that would end the war. It's literally Israel's exact negotiating position being repackaged as a ceasefire, one that would pause the fighting long enough so that Israel can get all of its people out, which would then allow Israel to decimate Rafah without having to worry about any domestic backlash. Israel has been clear from day one that their goal is the total takeover of Gaza and the destruction of the resistance. So the word ceasefire is essentially being co-opted by the Biden administration here. And we have to start asking what people mean when they use the word ceasefire. The Biden administration is trying to confuse people by saying they support a ceasefire, but the ceasefire they're proposing is completely different from the ceasefire the vast majority of the world wants, which is a permanent end to the genocide.
This is just a very good example of what your government's doing to you, which is the theme of this show tonight. And I hope we come up with a few more.
Well,
what do you think of that?
This is what the Democrats do. They co-opt. They go, okay, you little fuckers want a ceasefire? We'll show you what a ceasefire means. They take it and they co-opt it. They rewrite it in their image and the way that they want it, and then they shove it down your throat. Oh, but with the 6 weeks, you know, that's what they do with everything. Everything. They
I think the
put it back on us.
I think the Republicans are better at that, but the Democrats are they're just in your face now with everything. So I don't
blatantly.
know. You brought a United Nations clip here. Is this going to make me throw up or what?
This is going to horrify you. It's terrible listening to this doctor who was in Gaza describe what's going on.
It's devastating. Burns in small children. One child that I'll never forget had burns so bad you could see her facial bones. We knew there was no chance of her surviving that, but there was no morphine to give her. So not only was she inevitably going to die, but she would die in agony. And what made it even worse, that there was nowhere for her to go and die. So she was just left on the floor of the emergency department to die.
There's your humanity for you.
Absolutely. You know, I don't know how much longer we're going to get away with focusing like the first hour, like we have been since the start of this, on, you know, the plight of the Palestinian people, what's happening. Because YouTube's shutting people down. If you haven't heard, like, if you talk too much, you'll get demonetized and shut down. And so I'm going to keep going, I guess, until they smack us. I don't know what else to do. Because sometimes I'm like, is this going to get us taken down? I remember a few months ago when my feed was full of Gazan scholars and journalists urgently commenting and reporting on the slaughter. Now, many of them are dead or have been driven out. Pictures of dead children and devastation still come through, but surrounded by silence. And it's that meme behind me. That's a pretty powerful meme. The blade through the baby.
I was looking at that. That's that's you know, they're gonna say, oh, that's propaganda. No, that's what's happening, asshole. That's exactly what's happening. So we're going to switch gears and waste our time talking about Candace Owens now? Is that?
I think no. Well, Candace has the same position on Israel as a lot of us do. Now, I don't side with Candace on a lot of stuff. I do admire her courage. I do find her very courageous in the face of, opposition. She can stand there and take it like nobody I've seen. Well, and there's not a lot of women that can do that. So I'll give her that. But I don't agree with her on a lot of things. But watch this takedown. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't. But and this is not, from what I understand, a hard takedown. But she does put this guy on the spot.
But it ended her time over at the Daily Wire.
Is this where you really want to go? Is have an English discussion?
No. You wrote she refused to condemn Hamas. These are your words.
Because when you put that, at the moment you say that they have a moral equivalency with anything else, that's not condemnation. No matter.
I didn't. I said it's sad when an innocent.
It's not condemnation, and
is
it's
it,
not.
I'll just ask you a question. Is it sad?
Is
it
not
sad?
Extreme
Sure.
to sit there and do that.
I don't want to cut each other off. Okay. Because clearly what we are having here is just a disagreement. There's no reason to get angry. Do you think it is sad when an innocent Palestinian child dies?
Candace, I cry every day.
Oh, fuck
and
you.
And it's not just for Israel.
Fuck you.
And this is one of the things you clearly do not understand.
Here comes the act.
The same way most don't.
Yeah.
Who are anti-Semites, you don't get it. I cry for what's going on in Israel. I cry just as much for what we are forced to do.
Oh, bullshit.
Golda Meir had a great quote. She said that one day we may be able to forgive them for killing Israeli children. We will never be able to forgive them for making us kill their children.
Jesus.
So what about my statement of saying that I also cry for Palestinian children is wrong to you if you also admit it is sad when Palestinian children die?
It's painful, but it is not in any way, shape, or form morally equivalent to October 7th. That is the anti-Semitic bigotry.
But I didn't say that. I just want to be clear. People are watching. It's just not what came out of my mouth.
The pits of hell aren't hot enough for the likes of that piece of shit right there.
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah, that's a, what do they call that? Either not a sociopath, right? I mean, he's pretending he has empathy even though he frickin' doesn't. Yeah. But she ended up. Ben Shapiro lost his shit over all of this. Oh my God, you can't call out the Zionists, and because she's very, very.
No, that's a line that none of them cross, because if they want to keep their jobs, they can talk shit about our black sisters and brothers all day long, or our Hispanic sisters but you go after the monsters, the real monsters on the planet that are cementing a legacy that's going to be visited on them in a way that they have no clue. I wouldn't live in Israel if I was an Israeli at this point, a Jew living. I wouldn't live there. I'd get the fuck out, because one of these days, paybacks are coming and somebody's going to get them. That's all I can say.
Well, I feel the same way about the U.S. Are you kidding?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Take a number. Take a
like,
number. For decades, for centuries,
We've been
payback. It's coming. The axis of evil right now is the UK, the United States, and what? Germany, Saudi Arabia.
Well, it's the seven, right?
Yeah.
There's seven of them.
The Five Eyes countries are the axis of evil, in my opinion. What do you got going on here?
From I love you to asshole, how Joe gave up on Bibi after decades of building a close personal friendship with Benjamin Netanyahu. Joe Biden has had it with Israel's prime minister, and now he's hitting him hard, and it may be working. Whatever. Fuck all the way off.
Those guys should wear gloves, because the shit that's on those fuckers' hands, I wouldn't want to be infected with those scumbags.
Bullshit.
Breaking
terrible. Israel's declares 800 Hamas in Jordan. Oh yeah, they're just still at land in Jordan.
Oh yeah.
You see this? Yeah. Secretary Blinken meets with Benjamin Netanyahu, announces a significant declaration of state land. Yeah. So yeah, just it's all about land. We know that. We've been calling that from day one. Land and resources, which is, of course, is the oil, which they're going to get.
Well, that's how we got the United States. Go over there and massacre everybody, and then you got it. So You brought this one with the president of China.
Israel's war in Gaza and the world's inability to stop it is a tragedy for humankind and a disgrace for civilization. And of course, that was Xi Jinping, I think, that said that.
Yeah,
right?
and then
To see, I don't have my glasses on.
yeah, it's kind of scary when I'm inclined to go with other leaders of other nations on their opinions anyway.
Well, okay, why don't we vote our way out of it?
Yeah, why don't we vote our way out of it? It's not going to happen. I hate to be cynical about the vote, but it's, I think Eric and Mastermind and Corey and Jason Call addressed that yesterday. I guess I could have that discussion. I'm not going to have it tonight, but voting, maybe there's some good parts of it, but for the most part, the initiatives maybe, but for the candidates suck. They're all paid for, so I don't know.
They're all paid for at all levels. I don't care. Even at the city fucking council level, they're already corrupt.
Show me in history where there was one good one that even came close to winning. None.
Well, we thought we had one in Bernie Sanders for a long time, didn't we? But
God,
we
I
didn't.
feel sheepish. Yeah. Bernie's a traitorous coward of the worst
Well,
kind.
you need to be scared of these third parties because the Democrats definitely are. And Amika and Jen Psaki sat down to talk about it.
Oh, God. Jen Psaki again? Chanda, really?
The play for Democrats and for the Biden campaign. I mean, I thought the, family picture with the Kennedys was pretty funny and powerful. I still don't understand. I'm wondering if you have any insight into what RFK thinks he's doing, or does he know what he's doing, and is that what he wants to do? But back to what the Biden campaign should be doing.
Well, I don't want to be in RFK Jr.'s brain, where he doesn't believe in science and all sorts of other things.
Right.
But I will say,
bullshit.
Mika, I was nodding along as Tom was just talking. I think this is the biggest challenge. There is unquestionably, Trump has broad support in his base, as we've just been discussing.
They're not scared of
and
Trump.
We've seen that play
They're
out in the
scared
primary.
of RFK
That's the only piece, though, we know at this point. He has problems among independents and problems with an expanded electorate. But these third-party candidates are a huge, huge, huge problem, and there's a number of them. If you look at RFK Jr., it's the name recognition issue, as Tom was just talking about. And there are still states in this country, obviously, I mean, Georgia is one of them, I will name, where the Kennedy name is beloved, right? Where people may just not where they may just not know a lot about the fact that he is an anti-vaxxer who's a conspiracy theorist. They don't know that yet. So this is something, there is an aggressive effort that the campaign has been working with the Democratic National Committee on to run on this. But it needs to be broad. People need to be shouting it from the rooftops, because this is one of the biggest threats to Joe Biden being reelected, is these third-party candidates. If you look at Michigan, Mika, and I know Alyssa Slotkin is going to be on later. I almost called her Senator. Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin is going to be on later. Michigan is a state where RFK, I think, is polling at 10%, right? And so this is a place where Joe Biden needs to win, and RFK Jr. is making a real threat to that. So it's good we're talking about it. It is a real threat. They're aware of it, but more needs to be done, and more people need to be talking about it and aware.
Jesus Christ.
They're scared of third parties. My ass. Are you kidding? They control every mechanism all the way up through the election. There's no way that they are fucking scared of third parties. If he is polling at 10% in one fucking state, how many super delegates does that get him? Like, shut up.
Yeah. And if it
Shut
comes
up
to
and quit pretending like you don't understand how it fucking works. Because that's what she's doing. She's pretending to the American public that she doesn't understand the actual numbers. Well, when you break it down, in this Michigan, oh my God, he could come for us.
When you've got professional liar on your resume and you start out as a press secretary for the current administration and end up at MSNBS,
she was so bad too,
she is a professional liar, and there were a multitude. Virtually everything she said in there was a lie. And if you want to ask me, you can email me and I'll tell you. But yeah, that was disgusting. She makes me want to puke every time I look at her.
What does he think he's doing?
Yeah, what does she think she's doing? People are on. She's calling all of us stupid. We're dumb. We're not dumb.
You're so dumb you don't understand how it works.
All right, here you go.
I love this Pelosi chilling on a frickin' Sea-Doo, so I don't know. I just had to bring it. Anyways, RFK Jr. says that other nations would have leveled Gaza if attacked like Israel on October 7th. Well, there you are.
Yeah.
That's where he stands on it, right? I see Shmooly is hanging out in the chat. Hey, Shmooly. No selling any dildos in there.
Oh, my God. We got... What's this all about? So it was Days of Brandon?
I love this meme. This is my favorite meme of the week. Okay, so do you understand Passover? They had to paint the on their door so that way when God came, he didn't kill their kids. So it was the Days of Brandon. That each one marked their home, so the dew by Passover them.
That's funny.
It's
That's funny.
Because of blue, we've been talking about the blue roofs forever, right? The
Yeah,
dew.
yeah, no lasers there. So okay, yeah.
Let's see. Shocking poll. RFK Jr. is leading both Trump and Biden among young voters, up 45 to 6 key battleground states. Like, look at all this propaganda. I just thought it was funny.
Oh, it is funny.
Oh my God, he's pulling at 28%. He's pulling higher than Donald Trump. What? No way.
Well, here's the. This is exhausting. It really is.
It is.
It really is exhausting because it's all a game, and as close as it was, you know, as far as the delegates around the country, the 270, you know.
Right. The electorate, the people that actually elect. The
yeah, and then they're
president,
talking about, well, Joe Biden got like 8 million more votes than Donnie.
Right. I know. That doesn't even fucking matter in the popular vote. Do you understand how the popular vote works? It doesn't count.
Yeah. It was so close with the delegate, the map, that I don't know what the hell they're talking
You tell people that
about.
their ballot actually doesn't count. They go, what?
Yeah.
You're just a number that CNN can tell people. That's all you're voting for.
Now, you brought this meme up here where the U.S. has bombed since World War II. This just scratches the surface of the
Well, go
shit
ahead
that
and
we
hit
got.
play on this because it's a visual of the same thing.
Here we go.
The United States has bombed all of the following countries since World War II. To begin, we do not have to travel far. In Central America, the United States has bombed Panama, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Grenada, the Dominican Republic, and Cuba. Moving across the ocean to Africa, we have Libya, Sudan, and Somalia. In Europe, the list consists of former Yugoslavian countries, namely Serbia, Bosnia, Kosovo, and Montenegro. Next is the Middle East, where the U.S. dropped bombs on Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Kuwait, Iran, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Moving to East Asia, we have Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Japan, and Korea. Finally, during the bombardment of Belgrade, a few bombs hit the Chinese embassy. So I've included China to the list as well. This is how the completed map looks like.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, and again, it just scratches the surface of all the black ops shit we pulled in these countries and overthrown their countries.
That's just the stuff
destroyed.
that's on the books.
Yeah, this is just the stuff that's on the books. I'm glad you brought that. Now, again, I've got to emphasize, we don't normally throw shade at some of these pieces of shit out here in independent
I always throw shade
media.
at Michael Tracy.
But Michael Tracy's an asshole. He's a smelly asshole. And regardless...
Smelly. How did you know that? How did you know that?
You know what? The guy is a furry beast, and I've
met him, and that's accurate.
Yeah, I've been around guys in my life that fit his description. The big, hairy, boisterous, loudmouth fuckers that are so narcissistic and misogynistic. He better shut up because he'll get frickin' torn down and cut. Anyway, I can't stand Michael Tracy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So anyways, I'm not going to read this, but Michael Tracy said some terrible shit about Norman Finkelstein and pretty much called him a Russian bot and said that he doesn't support international law. And Pasta called him out for it. That's why I brought it. I really don't care what Michael
said.
I
high-fived Pasta. I ran across the states. I ran to Florida and gave Pasta a high five for this. Just another example of Michael Tracy being the contrarian he is when he knows damn well that the people of Donbass overwhelmingly voted to join the Russian Federation. It mirrors the same logic with Joe Biden and Tara Reade. Yeah, Joe is a pedophile, womanizing scumbag that can't can't stop smelling little girls' necks and used to shower with his daughter when she was just 13, but behaved properly with Tara. Dude has actually become a parody of himself. High five, Pasta. Exactly so.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Turning it
Here,
down.
Tracy, this is for you. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
Boy, is that animated enough? Oh, sorry.
No, he is a parody of
I can't
himself,
stand. He talks shit about Fiorella.
He
and
did. He
where's
did.
Fee right now doing actual reporting, and he's sitting in his fucking underwear in front of his computer in his smelly ass, you know, still pulling the same shit. So go fuck yourself, and I don't care who you're friends with. I know Jimmy has him on, and some of our sisters and brothers that have him, but I can't stand the guy. I can't stand him. He's just, God, he's gross. Anyway, I'll get off of it. Sorry. Got animated.
Sorry, I didn't mean to trigger you.
I can't stand that guy. Can you
Joining
tell?
us now is Tracy Walder, former
Okay,
CIA.
hold on. This is a CIA clip you've got here.
Oh, this is your News Nation cream of bullshit. They decided to reach out to the CIA, former CIA, to ask them about the Russia attack yesterday.
Joining us now is Tracy Walder, former CIA officer and FBI special agent and a News Nation national security contributor.
Kind of low.
Tracy,
Turn it
we
up a
know
little.
that the U.S. State Department just a couple of weeks ago, maybe not even 2 weeks ago, warned Russia they were picking up chatter about a possible terrorist attack. An attack they said that could be on a concert. At the time, Putin said the U.S. is just trying to intimidate and destabilize Russia with this warning, but it sounds like the warning might have been accurate.
Well, thank you for having me, Elizabeth. And you're right. We have a duty to pass information that we get to any country, whether that country is a friend or
She say
foe.
duty?
Now, what that country chooses to do with the information obviously is solely up to them. But the reality is it looks like the information that we passed to them was correct. However, I would need to see those CIA cables to know the specific nature, because the reality is if we tell Russia it's any concert venue, that's really difficult to lock down. But if we provided them with much more simplified and specific information and they chose not to act on it, then that's another story.
So, Tracy, I think I know the answer to this question since you're a former CIA employee, but why is the CIA picking up warnings and chatter about an attack in Russia and the FSB is not?
Well, you know, the thing is, we have stations all over the world, to include Moscow. And the reality is in those places we have assets that we want to obtain information from. That's not a secret. Everyone knows that. And so sometimes when we're trying to obtain information on the countries that we're in, our sources and methods pick up other information. And this is my understanding, probably information that they picked up secondary to any information they were trying to obtain.
Yeah,
through
we were
assets in
being the
country.
good guys. We were just being nice guys. And look, can I make this point? You're never former CIA.
Yeah, once a
That's
spook,
not
always
how
a
the
spook.
CIA works. When
Yeah.
you leave the CIA, you take your security clearance with you, and you go and make real money for a private contracting security firm because they buy you for your security clearance. That's how
Yeah.
it works. So that woman is actual CIA.
And she was hired because she has that journalist look that she can connect with you, and she talks very clearly, very articulate, but 99% of the shit that came out of her pie hole was bullshit. Where's where's Uncle Vinny when that shit happens? He brought a fee.
Well, we wanted to let them know, you know, because we care. We
they care.
And they even put a warning out to Americans in Russia to stay out of theaters. How convenient not to go to concerts, right?
No, the CIA has been
so-
destabilizing governments for decades.
Well, yeah, and so immediately, right? They came. The news broke. ISIS took responsibility for this. ISIS claims responsibility for attacking a busy Moscow area concert venue that left at least 40 dead. I think it's gotten higher since this dropped yesterday. But Fee says very kind of Washington security state to let the world know they were involved in the attack against Moscow.
Oh,
I mean, how many times can we say the U.S. is ISIS? We created ISIS. Thank you, Obama. And so I had to grab a couple of the ISIS memes. The U.S. and Israel, whenever they need to accomplish something in the Middle East, just grab ISIS, right? ISIS? Is it Mossad? Is it CIA? They're all one and the same, right?
Yeah, I like that skin mask of Netanyahu on top of ISIS. That's a very charming
Oh,
one.
that's a conspiracy. Those skin masks aren't real.
Yeah. You brought Caitlin Johnstone again.
Katie Johnstone says, it says so much about U.S. politics that Biden's most vulnerable political weak point is the fact that he's sponsoring a genocide but Republicans can't attack him on that point because they support genocide too. Yes,
Exactly
that's so
so.
true. And
Let's listen in.
Exactly so.
when
I hate.
you never
I hate
really
those
want your hostages back. You just clear the land. Yeah, that's exactly.
That's exactly what they're going to do, and just do it. Yeah, the YouTube links are the ones that trigger automatically.
I thought it was the YouTube links.
It
I
is
thought
the
I
YouTube
mentally
links.
noticed that.
It's the YouTube links. They need to fix
Well,
that.
then
shit.
I'll stop bringing them. But that's the only ones I really bring are cream of the cream of bullshit.
No, it's okay. We'll get work around, but they got to
I
fix
could start
that.
burning them.
So what did Marjorie Taylor Greene say? Did she something?
Well, she has had it with. She's had it with Speaker Johnson. She wants him gone, and this is it. They're going to push him out. She says anyway.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, but she's speaking now. Let's
Kind of
listen.
quiet.
Out as with rules and promises to the American people that we would bring regular order back to Congress. Speaker Johnson has betrayed that by passing 3 CRs and then forcing us to pass or to vote on a 2-part omnibus, the second one being today. He also only gave us, I don't even know how, we had 1 day basically to read 1,012 pages, breaking the 72-hour rule. This is a betrayal of the American people. This is a betrayal of Republican voters. And the bill that we were forced to vote on forced Republicans to choose between funding to pay our soldiers and in doing so, funding late-term abortion. This bill was basically a dream and a wish list for Democrats and for the White House. It was completely led by Chuck Schumer, not our Republican Speaker of the House, not our conference, and we weren't even allowed to put amendments to the floor to have a chance to make changes to the bill. I filed the motion to vacate today, but it's more of a warning and a pink slip. I respect our conference. I paid all my dues to my conference. I'm a member in good standing, and I do not wish to inflict pain on our conference and to throw the House in chaos. But this is basically a warning, and it's time for us to go through the process, take our time, and find a new Speaker of the House that will stand with Republicans and our Republican majority instead of standing with the Democrats.
I hate to say it, but I agree with her.
That was actually, I listened to that whole interview. It was like 10 minutes long. Every fucking point she made was on point. Like,
yeah,
I
if you're
agree
going to
with
be
her
on Team Red, then that's how you got to roll. And those
can't stand her,
omnibus
but-
bills, they pack them with so much bullshit.
Yeah.
And poison pills. The government's
And
going to
give
shut
them no
down unless
time
we
to
pay
read it.
none. And they don't
They
read
had
it anyway. They're
48 hours.
staffers. Yeah, this is bullshit. So, you can say, Oz agreed with Marjorie Taylor Greene
But
on
I don't
this
know.
one point.
Does she
so.
have the votes to push him out? I
No,
don't think
she doesn't. She doesn't.
so. This is all
So
just theater.
So you're just backing this up with a very puke-worthy interview with AOC? Is that what this
Why
is?
not pukey from the right, pukey from the left? It's all
Okay.
pukey at the
It's
end
all
of the day.
puke. It's
Justice Democrats. The Justice Democrats are still a thing. Like, serious?
Yeah, for a week or so. So I'm going
This
to
is
play
AOC.
this. Okay.
Yeah,
here
you
we
can
go.
play it.
No, I don't accept APAC money. In fact, I have
Oh,
joined
good.
an effort called Reject APAC, which is a fundraising effort by the organization Justice Democrats, as well as several others, to try to take on the influence of APAC this election cycle. Not only does APAC threaten me? APAC threatens anybody who believes in human rights for Palestinians. So have they threatened
my
me?
God.
Of course they have. They've threatened me.
Of course
They've
they
threatened Rashida Tlaib. They've threatened. They threatened everybody. They've threatened Jamal Bowman. They've threatened all of us. It's very public and very well known that APAC has committed $100 million to try to defeat all of us and ensure that we do not win re-election. Which, by the way, APAC has endorsed and supports over 100 insurrectionist members of Congress.
Oh
That is
my God.
Republicans that tried to overturn the election on January 6th.
Oh my God.
Yeah, take it back to January 6th, AOC, when she almost died.
To me, tells the whole story. That this is an organization that does not support American democracy, and in our commitment to take on authoritarianism here and abroad, and fascism here at home and globally, we have to make sure that we are confronting the scourge of these organizations that try to overturn the will of the people.
Oh
by
my
putting in
God.
Big money into elections.
Oh my God.
And also try to organize against the constituencies that actually elect people who stand up for human rights and democracy globally.
Oh, God, you should have slapped a cream of bullshit sticker right over her head.
That was total cream of fucking bullshit. I love how she circled back around and made sure to make that point about January 6th, and the Republicans are so terrible, and they are the ones that take all the AIPAC money. Never mind the Democrats. Don't look behind the curtain. Yeah, gross.
She gets a bonus for that. That's all that is. And she's disgusting. And you know what, Chanda? I don't give a shit if they vote them all out. Who cares? They'll just replace them with other bots.
AIPAC will just buy some new ones and fill those chairs.
Yeah, it doesn't mean waste your money on the squad. Go ahead. AOC needs to be gone. She's a betrayer like the rest of them.
Well, she was in on this hearing. Okay, so is Biden corrupt hearing, right? Which is all just buzz circus anyways. But,
is there any question about that?
Yeah, but there was a couple of funny interactions with her, so I brought a couple.
Okay, let's check it out.
I believe the fact that he was sitting with me while I was putting together a business deal.
Did you witness the president commit a crime? Is it your testimony today?
Yes.
And what crime have you witnessed?
How much time do I have to go through it?
It is simple. You name the crime. Did you watch him steal something?
Corruption statutes, RICO, and conspiracy.
What is it? What is the crime, sir?
You
specifically.
You asked me to answer the question. I answered the question. No. RICO, you're obviously not familiar with. Corruption statutes.
Excuse me, sir. RICO is not a crime. It is a category. What is the
It's a category of crimes that you're then charged.
You have charges.
A long 100.
You have charges. Sir, please
name the exact statute under RICO?
Yes.
Well, it's funny. In this committee room, everyone's not here. There's over 8
all right, sir, I reclaim my
lawyers that went to law school.
Fuck her. You know, he was not. He was not ready. He should have just had it dumbed down for her. I'm going to call violation of his oath of office, and we can make a list on that. And I'm going to play this one real quick too.
What is the crime, sir?
You
specifically.
You asked me to answer.
RICO is not a crime. It is a category. What is the
It's a category of crime.
Jesus Christ.
The helmet when it was bouncing back and forth was hilarious.
That's funny.
She is just funny. She's all show. Get that head up, Bobbin. Yeah. She's angry.
All right. Where the hell am I? Am I?
Dare you attack Biden?
Oh, God. You brought Kate, huh? Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to play it, but I just, I've been covering this on my show. There's been a lot of questions of where's Kate? So yesterday, big announcement, or maybe it's the day before, I don't know, that she has cancer. She's battling cancer, and that's where she's been. But then even that, the video that she put out, people are disputing and saying, hey, no, that was AI generated too. My guess is that she's been doing chemo for the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks. She probably has a picture. They took an image of her and refaced it over her, is my guess, is what's happening here.
Maybe.
Like a filter.
Yeah, and we are the experts at refacing, by the way. We are the experts at it. And I'm not saying there aren't others out there, but I will tell you one thing. All the reporting that you've done on Kate for the last few weeks, Chanda, you have not done anything that taints your character as far as reporting on it. You haven't been, speculating horseshit. You've been speculating like a lot of people have.
I still stick by what I've been saying. I think within the next maybe 18 months, we will not have a monarchy that will be reigning. We will have a regency. I think that's really where they're going to push this. Because think about it. If Charles has got cancer, Kate's got cancer. If something happens to Kate, I really don't see William. I could see William abdicating to take care of his kids And there's just not a lot of working royals left. They've all been disgraced. They've all are old. They've passed on. The monarchy is dying, and we're going to see it in our lifetime. The end of it, I'm pretty sure. So,
well, as much hate
my prediction.
As much hate's out there for Meghan Markle, I say make her queen and just be done with it.
You like Meghan. I know you. Your team.
I like Suits. I don't know anything about her. I like Suits. That was a good
Well,
series.
she just dropped a new, very, very down-to-earth, everyday working people podcast, and it's called something like American Orchard Regents or something. I don't even know. It's so stupid. She is so out of touch. I'm sorry, but your girl be out of touch.
It's part of the Hollywood attitude or behavioral pattern, along with the monarchs. We don't give a shit. We've got so many good people that are getting cancer. They're outbreaking everywhere these days. That just take care of your health. That's all I can say. And it's tragic, no matter if it's the princess or your
You never know
evil
if you're going to draw
cousin.
the short stick, right?
No,
I mean,
it sucks.
That's
It
what
sucks.
cancer is. Yeah.
Nobody
Wind's
is
gonna come
above.
for you.
Nobody's above sympathy for cancer. Nobody. I don't care
agree.
who the fuck
I
they
agree.
are. And you
Other
brought
than,
one.
They probably have cures, and our government's been hiding them for 40 years.
Possibly, yeah. You brought one of my favorite memes tonight.
Well, this is Bernie. He's been advertising his new podcast, and I had to fix it and put for the low price of $12.99 because if you send Bernie $12.99 right now, he'll send you a.
So here's Bill Maher's latest. Now, Bill Maher, he's going to improve.
Another goddamn YouTube one. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
No,
your
it's all
thought.
good. It's all
Okay.
good. Bernie's a sellout, and he's down to the very low price of $12.99 now.
Yeah, I think I would actually
27.
pay people to watch him now. And honestly, Chanda, a lot of the content that he's promoting right now, he's right. But where the fuck was he at the beginning of all this shit? He was voting for all these bills to give them billions of dollars to murder
uses
them.
soft language like Bernie always has fucking done, and
Yeah.
I'm over his pussyfooting bullshit.
Yeah, he's their puppet
Sorry.
foil. He is their puppet foil in Congress, and that's it. Now, here's another one, and I've grown to detest Bill Maher over the last several years, and I think Kurt and Jimmy and Rob and
Is this what I think it is? I hope
yeah,
it is.
probably. But I think they nailed it here out of the gate, and it's funny. It's only 2 minutes and change, but check it out.
I
agree.
love Kurt. Kurt grew on me. I didn't like Kurt at first, but I love Kurt.
I liked his kind of weird laugh. I liked it. It's funny. But anyway,
I do like Kurt's
check
laugh.
it.
It's good.
So here's Bill Maher's latest. Now, Bill Maher, he's going to prove how out of touch he is. Listen to this.
I've been thinking a lot lately about a puzzle many are struggling with. Why are Biden's approval ratings so low when things are generally pretty good?
For
hookers are cheaper than...
Shit.
So here's Bill Maher's latest.
The stock market is soaring. We somehow brushed off both the Trump presidency and the pandemic.
We brushed off the pandemic? Really? Did you know 41% of black-owned businesses are wiped out, never coming back? Yeah. Does that matter to you? How about all the people, 70,000 healthcare workers in one state alone that got fired? No, we did it. It's all fine. Nothing bothers this motherfucker. And I love how he says, unemployment is negligible. Do you know that's a bullshit unemployment fucking rate? They don't count the unemployment rate like they used to when Ronald Reagan was president. They changed it all, and now they say, it's 3.2%. If they counted it the way they did in the 80s, it would be somewhere around 15 to 20% unemployment right now. So it's all fucking made up. You're going to believe, by the way, every month when they come out and they say, hey, we gained 600,000 jobs. Then 2 months later, they go back, they go, we have to downgrade that. It turns out it was only 100,000 jobs. They do that every fucking time they do an announcement about how many jobs got added. So that's not a real unemployment rate. Bill, have you driven around the goddamn country? Have you looked out your fucking limousine window for 5 seconds? The answer is no, he hasn't.
When somebody drops out of the employment figure, he gets counted as a job.
Yeah.
When somebody just gives up
And
completely.
what are the jobs? They're like OnlyFans and bare knuckle fighters and sign flippers. Those are the jobs that they're counting as growth right there.
I'm getting a job turning off people's smart houses for being racist. It's a good job.
Here, he's got more to say.
Yes, inflation persists for a lot of things, but, an actual good, nice-sized TV now Costs $60.
Can I eat it?
Who gets credit for that?
Who gets credit for that? How about the slaves in China? That's who I give credit. Who the fuck?
Eggs are $12.
That's right.
Eggs are $12.
Did you hear that Walmart bought Vizio today?
Yes, I heard.
For billions of dollars.
Walmart bought
Like,
Vizio.
Fuck. There goes. I mean, okay, those aren't American jobs. Those are 100% not American jobs, you know. Yeah, Bill Maher. Did you hear Jimmy wants to do a Rumble show and go up against Maher? I
Yeah.
think that's a great idea.
Yeah, he'd eat him alive. And Jimmy doesn't think he would, but he would.
I know Jimmy would.
Yeah.
And
I think our chat could go up against Bill Maher in a fair forum.
Our chat could tear down anybody.
Honest to God, I'd go up against Bill Maher in a forum that wasn't moderated by cucks. In an open forum where we had a clock,
No
we had a clock, no bullshit, and chain that motherfucker to a chair and make him answer for all his propaganda bullshit. And Bill Maher has just as much blood on his hands as Rachel Maddow and the entirety of MSNBS and Fox for that matter. So that's where I'm at. So here we go. What do we got next? God, get me off that soapbox, Shanda. I'm dying tonight.
Yeah, we got to keep moving, man. We got a big deck, or I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Biden agrees to ban the LGBTQI+ flag at the U.S. embassies in the deal to keep the government open. Oh, this pissed a lot of people off. So Republican leaders touted a ban on the rainbow emblem as a GOP win. Displays of the banner is a flashpoint from some social conservatives. But here's the thing. None of the funds made available by this bill can be spent to buy or display a flag other than an American flag, other than eligible flags that the U.S. State Department facilities. Israel, right. Israel. A rule that will last the length of the funding of the bill, which expires on September 30th. So they got their panties in a twist for a bill that, like, oh, it's a win for the Republicans. It's just till September 30th. Shut the hell up. And it keeps the government open. They literally, this was the dividing point on keeping the government open.
Yeah.
That's how stupid of a freaking timeline we're in.
That's important? I mean,
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
That important.
Jesus, what'd you bring? What's this clown dance that's going on here? What's going on with this shit?
They were rocking in the halls, right?
Oh God, the halls of Congress will never be the same.
Working hard for the American people.
It's your taxpayer dollars at work.
Well, you know, it's better than the last video we got out of there, which was the porn that got filmed in there.
Yeah, I know. I would rather.
I'll take this one every day over that porn.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. And you brought this, and I brought the Karen up there. What's this about?
They put it in writing. House Republicans announced a 2025 budget plan that would make huge cuts to Social Security, defund local police department, outlaw abortion at the federal level, result in IVF bans nationwide, cut Medicare, cut Affordable Care Act, and more. Be scared.
Is this from Biden's speech over time? This is, and Social Security's on the table too.
I know. I like you guys do a lot of this shit, so shut up.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible. Barack Obama offered to put Social Security on the table back in his first term, wheeling, dealing with the Republicans. Just remember, that's a fucking fact. Bill Clinton was going to do it before they threw Monica Lewinsky at him. So just remember that guy.
Yeah, she was a distraction.
Yep, hell yeah. Now, I brought the perfect example of a Karen here. I don't know if you've seen this, Shanda, but she is terrific. I got to give her an award. Here you go.
She gets a Karen award.
This is every shitlib in my neighborhood.
The Karen Award.
Listen, kiddo, I get it. I don't like the two-party system. I think our country's corrupt. And quite frankly, I don't want to vote for Biden. It feels like voting for a Republican. But I'm gonna do it. You want to know why? Because the alternative is a fucking fascist. A fascist is a fascist. Maybe we can have the conversation about dismantling the two-party system when a fascist isn't running. Maybe we can do that later, kiddo. Champ. Chief. Maybe we can talk about it later.
Thanks, Buckwheat. Jesus Christ. What an idiot. Oh, my God. That was terrible.
I just don't get it.
And what do you got here?
This was Harris. I dropped this in last minute today. So Kamala Harris mindlessly dances to a song protesting her visit to U.S. colony of Puerto Rico. Stop clapping. She stops clapping once her aides translate it. We want to know, Kamala, what do you come here for? We want to know, what do you think of the colony?
Oh, shit. Oh, look. They're dancing for me. Oh, my God. Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, let's dance. Yeah, okay. Shit.
Oh, she immediately quits clapping.
Oops.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They don't like me. Okay.
No, they don't like you at all.
That
Shanda,
was amusing.
It was. Shanda, you brought the Sabby Sabs this week. What's going on
I did
here?
bring the Sabby Sabs, and they're burning it down about the Dems co-opting the ceasefire.
A lot of these movements have been co-opted by the Democratic Party. I saw that with BLM. I even see that now with the pro-Palestinian protests, where we do have people like Kamala Harris calling for what the media said was a ceasefire. It actually wasn't. She was calling for a temporary pause, which Joe Biden had already called for. So this wasn't like a big thing, but they made it a big thing. I'm noticing now that term ceasefire has been co-opted by the Democratic Party, and they've watered it down like they've done before when they co-opt certain movements.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The clip with Kamala Harris, where she says that we want a ceasefire, a pause right there for a second, just so she knows that the media can get the clip of that and ignore the rest of the sentence, which is, for X amount of time, blah, 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 with all the stipulations attached. Okay, that's clever. Very sneaky. But yeah, it's the same thing with defund the police. That was another one that was kind of co-opted. It was abolish the police, and then it became defund the police, and then accountability, stuff like that. Same thing is happening with ceasefire, whether they're trying to do for a humanitarian pause or a brief ceasefire. And the Palestinian people have been adamant, no, we're not asking for a brief humanitarian pause so we can release hostages and then you can continue butchering us.
Yeah, that's the point. We're not going to do that, and that's what she's doing. So there you go with that. Sabby says.
Great coverage all week. Go
she
follow
has.
Sabby
She's
says if
been
you're
killing
not
it.
following Sabby.
And you've got this. I brought Kamala's own word salad dressing.
Kamala's own word salad. That's hilarious. Let's see. Roe wage is growing. Roe-vember is coming. American women will be heard. This is just disgusting.
It is. It's
marketing.
Beyond. It's beyond.
Some think tank came up with the market. I know. Let's call it Roe-vember.
Roe-vember.
They'll
How
understand
simple.
that.
You brought Lex Luthor.
Lex's supervillain girlfriend is just getting insane, man. She's like completely plastic at this point, right?
Yeah. What are those things under her dress?
Every supervillain's got to have a good girlfriend.
Yeah, but is that blow mold for Christmas or what is that? Look at that shit.
God.
Oh my God.
I was a secretary who started banging my boss, and now look at me.
What'd you say?
Because that's what she was. She was his secretary. She was banging him, right? Better late than never. Jax is in the house. Good to see you,
Jax is in the house. Hey, Jax, what's going on? I'm glad to see you, Jax. We got a hell of an outro tonight. Shanda hasn't heard it, so yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, I don't like to pick on people's looks, but that's a lot of plastic there, I got to say.
Dude, supervillain girlfriend for the win.
And I've got a new reface for Shanda. I've got it up for... We're going to be running these outros now. We're calling them B&B Reels, and they will be up on Sunday morning for you guys that miss it. And the Yum Yum. And Linda's taking this week off for the Yum Yum, I think. So what do we get? You got this. This is Shanda's reface. This is... I think you look good in the top hat.
I think so too. San Antonio experiments with giving people $5,108, no strings attached. They spent it on housing and school supplies for kids instead of crack cocaine and Old English 800s. God, imagine that.
That's such a novel idea, I've got to say.
They
Now I
paid their
can't.
bills. What?
I can't even see this one. I don't know what this is. What is this?
It's Jimmy. It's Jimmy. It just came up black for some reason. I don't know why there's no
Okay.
thumbnail.
Oh, probably from the same show. Okay, here we go.
He's interviewing Trump, and I can't believe that Trump is the only guy who can bitch slap a guy like this. Watch how Trump handles this guy. Watch this.
Going back to last June, is there anything you regret? Oh, absolutely. I'd love to have done certain things over, but you can't. You can't. But that's true in life. I'd love to have done in life certain things over, I guess. And you would have too. Give me one. You would have loved not to have contributed to the Clinton Foundation. There were things you became very close to the edge. You would have loved to have had that decision over again.
So here we see former President Trump clearly grabbing George Stephanopoulos by the pussy.
Yeah, I would say that.
Jimmy said that was a show to die for that night. Like, yeah, he was on fire.
That's
All the
cool.
clips have been hilarious.
That's cool.
Let's skip Fox Cream of bullshit.
Okay.
That's just the CIA interfering with investigations and not actually questioning any of Hunter Biden's associates.
Oh yeah,
but,
that'll
let's
put me
just
to
move
sleep.
on.
Okay.
We're over it.
There you go.
It's weird how corporate profits are shattering records, yet they get zero blame for inflation or price increases. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's that capitalism thing again. Gamer, that's that capitalism thing. You ever heard of that bullshit? That's what's killing us. And you brought this as well.
Oh, by 2030, institutions may own as many as 7.6 million houses, which is over 40% of all single-family homes. Get your house from Vanguard or
BlackRock, Vanguard.
BlackRock.
Here we go. It's got a housewarming sale. And you brought a steak here. What the hell is this? Is this mystery
Well,
meat?
yeah, because we're not allowed to have meat anymore. They're driving the prices, so it's unobtainable. So, hey, why don't you just get one of these?
It's a tomahawk ribeye. Or is it?
I don't know, but mute it if you can drop that down and mute it real fast, so we're not taking TikTok. I didn't realize there was music in the background. Got to score it and then paint on the stripe so it looks like a steak. Oh, here, we're going to make a tomahawk bone out of some wax. And now we'll paint it too. Oh, doesn't that look juicy and yummy? Look, it strings right off the bone. I don't know what that concoction was, but
It wasn't being digested by a cup of Joey's coffee. Yeah, honest to God, that's I would rather stay in the Matrix instead of having this shit pumped at me. So, yeah, that's pretty damn scary.
the blue pill.
And here you got this one here.
Be safe, y'all. I had 2 Boeing flight tickets sitting in my car. Someone broke in and left 2 more.
Well, it's no surprise that people are starting to understand, and they are not getting. They're looking for other planes instead of Boeing to fly on. So.
No, that's not what That's not what Jim Cramer says.
That's not correct. I just heard a report on a pretty reliable news agency that that is not correct.
Let's see. Jim Cramer says Boeing will run out of money if it's not saved. Oh shit, we need to
bail
save
out
one of those,
Boeing, man. Bail out Boeing.
Maybe Boeing should have thought of that before having all that avocado toast. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we doing the CNN cream of bullshit here? Is that coming up next?
What is this? It's stupid polling. We can skip it.
Okay.
It's CNN lying about polling numbers, but I'll take it.
They
to my
always
show.
lie. They always lie.
They always lie. Yeah. How's that any different? It's CNN. Everything they say is a lie.
Okay, here you go.
China's first homegrown hydro-powered suburban train successfully completed a full capacity run test at speeds over 160 kilometers. I'm assuming in northeast China, marketing a breakthrough in the application. So this is a hydro train, high-speed rail. But we can't even have regular fucking trains that can stay on the damn track.
No,
These
no.
guys are
Don't worry,
running
Shanda.
hydro.
We're never going to have mass transit in this country. Never. Never. I promise you. We will never have. You can live in a smart city, and you can walk 5 minutes to your dollar store. Oh, no more dollar stores either.
Yeah, I know. $1,000 stores closing. Is that what you sent me the other day?
Yeah, $1,000 stores and their subsidiaries. BlackRock and Vanguard, what's going on?
Let's see. Two companies control 99% of the world's productive assets. Well, yeah, they own everything. So two investment firms, BlackRock and Vanguard, own big pharma, big media, just about everything else you could think of. They have ownership over 1,600 American firms and control over $9 trillion in assets. The 1% own more than the 99, and 82% of all earned money in 2017 went to the 1%. 82% of all money in 2017 went to the 1%. That's fucking insane. Somewhat like a massive company store, Vanguard is the largest shareholder of BlackRock. Vanguard is privately owned, so it is difficult to discern the individual owners, but it is linked to many of the oldest, richest families, including, wait for it, the Rothschilds, the Arsani family, and the Bush family. And let's see, the British royal family, and the DuPonts, the Morgans, the Vanderbilts, and the Rockefellers.
Oh, Anderson Cooper's all ready for that, boy. I think he's happy.
Wow,
about
that's
that.
insane, that number. 82% of all money in 2017 went to the 1%. That left us all just to fucking scramble and fight for the other, 18%?
Aren't you glad it's in such capable hands and they're looking out for us?
I'm glad they're going to own 40% of the houses soon.
Yeah, shit. Go ahead, take them. Take them. So, go ahead.
We haven't talked about this. Did you hear about the plea deal? That there's rumors that there's a plea deal from the State Department to have Julian plead to a lesser charge of mishandling classified documents, which is a fucking joke.
It's a lie.
And they would end the legal drama. Now, we haven't heard that they would end it with time served or anything, and we haven't had any confirmation that this is even fucking real.
Bullshit.
This was the AP and the State Department leaking this bullshit out there to try to quell the Assange supporters into, oh, well, look, we're trying to fix this, even though I don't think it's real. Till we hear from Julian's attorneys that, okay, this is what's going on, I'm just, whatever. It's just propaganda.
I go to the gym, or I used to go to the gym to lose weight and become more fit so I could look at myself in a mirror. I don't think this is what I'm planning on doing.
No, I don't know too many people that can go to the gym naked and work out, man. Like, I couldn't do it, man.
If they're
crazy.
serious.
Yeah.
What's going on with this? What is this? Nature is amazing?
Oh, yeah, ecosexuals. This is an ecosexual.
Okay. I gotta know.
Kind of. I'd say more an ecosexual.
What is an
Someone
ecosexual?
who finds nature sexy.
This is a growing movement that treats nature as a sensual partner, and over 100,000 people now identify as ecosexual worldwide. How a person expresses their ecosexuality ranges widely, from ceremonies where you can marry Mother Nature, to sex with trees, and even masturbating under waterfalls.
What happened? I thought it had more than that.
No,
that
that was.
long? Okay.
I was waiting, but I think they
thought
had.
it had more than that.
They
It
had-
ends at masturbating under waterfalls. It does.
Yeah, they had me at tree fucking. I gotta tell you, that was terrible.
Well,
That was
I know,
awful.
and the whole masturbating under waterfalls. Who has that many waterfalls around them? Is that like a common thing? Like,
Yeah, I hope it's a warm waterfall. Me
not
and
a dangerous
Allie.
one. You don't want to go masturbate under Niagara or something.
No,
You're gonna
that's
die.
in a barrel, no less. So.
Yeah. Well, there you go, in a barrel.
Me Mally. It's me Mally time, guys. It's me Mally. Here we go. Me Mally. Okay,
Let's
Chanda.
see.
I'll
I think
do
you
the
grabbed this one.
Yeah, you let one ant stand up to us, and they all might stand up to it. Those little puny ants outnumber us 100 to 1, and if we ever let them figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food, it's about keeping those ants in line, and that's Congress talking about us. And that is...
Yeah, I took my kids to see that movie in the theaters. That was actually a really cute movie.
That was in the 90s.
I know, I'm old. What do
Yeah,
you
I
want
know.
from me?
All right, pick a festival. What's the festival?
Pick a festival. Okay, Festival 1, Thin Lizzy, Pink Floyd, The Rolling Stones, or Jethro Tull. Festival 2, Def Leppard, Black Sabbath, AC/DC, Joan Jett. Festival 3, Fleetwood Mac, Deep Purple, Motorhead, or Led Zeppelin. Oh, fuck, I'm probably going with 3. Or 4 is Queen, Guns N' Roses, Janis Joplin, and Rush. Oh, it's between 3 and 4 for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking 1 and 3 personally. You know, I'm a
I
Tull
don't like
fan.
the Rolling Stones that much, but I could get down with some Jethro Tull, and I love Pink Floyd and Thin Lizzy. I love Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, it's a
But
good
Led Zeppelin, pass up seeing Led
No, you
Zeppelin
can't. You
or
really
Janis.
yeah, you can't. It's hard.
Yeah,
You're,
I couldn't.
this is yours, right?
Ozzy is Ozzy. Oh yeah, is Ozzy on here?
Yeah.
Black Sabbath. Well, yeah, via Black Sabbath. But I've been to so many Oz fests. I would pass. Let's see. What does this one say? Most people don't really want the truth. They just want constant reassurance that what they believe is the truth. That is the truth, right?
That is the truth.
Oh, I love this one. Nobody puts gargoyles on buildings anymore. It can't be that much more expensive to slap a gargoyle up there. We used to be in a proper country. Where's all our fucking gargoyles?
Yeah.
If you buy into the Tartaria or something like that conspiracy where there was this whole civilization and they built all those buildings with the gargoyles. Yeah.
I watched the cartoon with my daughter. It was good. So.
Yeah, it was actually. I watched it too. Let's see. Tesla service van is a Ford. Carry on.
And you got to remember. There's a couple of good ones to remember when here. I like this one. This first one's great. This is really good.
The brownies I started baking in my Easy Bake Oven in 1979 are ready if you guys want one.
Shit. Yeah, and they will never rot or mold. They will stay the
I
same
had
way.
so many Easy Bake Ovens, and then my kids had iterations of it, and then my grandkids, I brought my granddaughter one for Christmas a couple of years ago. They've evolved, but they still don't cook worth a shit. Let's see. How can your nuggets be cheap? Is it raccoon ankles? It's fucking raccoon ankles, isn't it?
Shit. Oh my God, that's terrible.
Oh yeah. Let's see. The IRS, like the sign says, it's theirs. Theirs. Get it?
Theirs. I got it. I'll throw it back up there. Theirs, and it is theirs. IRS.
It's all theirs.
I like this one. This is cool. It's got a picture of the statue they have of you, right?
Yeah, right. So out of all of the millions of statues built across the world, the only statue of Marilyn Monroe is useful. They're all standing under her. That's funny.
What the hell is?
Where is that? Is that L.A.? Where is that?
It's got to be. It's got to be somewhere down there. I don't know where that is. The chat probably does. They're quicker on that than I am. What is this all about? What is this? I don't get this.
This is fashion. So when you successfully win a game of solitaire on Windows 98, you know how the cards all shoot out.
Oh yeah,
Come on,
shit.
you've won solitaire. But this is Ali Wong, and I really like Ali Wong.
She's funny.
She's one of the
funny.
breakout actresses, I think. Yeah, she is
She
hilarious.
funny.
And there is a series over on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called, but it was
Beef.
excellent.
Beef.
What is it?
Beef.
Beef. Yeah, beef. B-E-F. Yeah, B-E-E-F.
Yeah, Sabby
Right.
shouted that one out too. I think she liked it.
I loved it. It was a great series.
Yeah. And Stoner Corner. Here's the Stoner Corner, Chanda.
Stoner Corner. Let's see. Me to my bong when I cough until I cry, and then load another bowl within a minute. I didn't hear no bell. You're gonna get me.
Funny.
Kids, if you love it so much, then why don't you marry it? Me. And let's see. Someone, you look high. Me, bitch, I might be. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know how I do these Shit Lib Book Club recommendations.
I love it.
These, this week it was just all too easy. Sometimes I have to think about it for a long time. I'll put it in like Monday, and by Thursday.
I'm scared we're gonna get hit for this.
I got to laugh. This is good. But anyway, Shit Lib Book Club recommendations for this week is I Need to Stiff Your Ass. Trust me, I'm a doctor, and that's Anthony Fauci. And then We Can Smell Your Balls all the way from here, and that is RFK Jr. and Rabbi Shmuley. Anybody get that? So
Smell your balls.
that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. I don't know what to say. I'm not embarrassed, though.
Either.
They should be. They should be.
I was worried we get hit for that because Oz had a pretty realistic flesh-looking one there at first. I was like, maybe you better change the color.
Yeah, I did. I lightened it. I added the saturation.
You
So we've got Hollywood, Go Fuck Yourself.
Hollywood, go fuck yourself. Well, we're kind of early tonight. Let's see. Dan Snyder, I covered this Quiet on Set documentary, finally calling out Dan Snyder for all the things that we in independent media have been talking about for many freaking years, including Jamie Deluxe, who's really shaken down Nickelodeon for what he's called them out. And so it's funny because right after it dropped, Dan Snyder did a rebuttal interview podcast that he produced himself, and it just was so slimy, and he doesn't own up to much. He's a covert narcissist, and it just oozes off the screen. It's disgusting, and he's trying to rehabilitate his reputation, and it's working in Hollywood because those people are easy to bamboozle, but the rest of us, we ain't fucking falling for it. But I think the biggest thing that I took out of this whole entire series is on the next slide. Of course, this is about Drake Bell, who was, essayed on the set by a vocal coach or whatever it was. But when he finally got justice and he took that guy to court, 41 people in Hollywood showed up and on behalf of this monster who is preying on children. And I wanted to show you some of the names. So you'll see some faces on that last picture. But here's some of the names. Joanne Kern's Growing Pains. Remember her? Yep. Alan Thicke. Remember him?
Yeah.
Let's see. A lot of the younger actors, Rich and Beth Coral, they were on Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Brian Peck, Brian Peck was who was, that was who they accused. Anyways, I mean, some of these names, it just pisses you off, like Twin Peaks actors, American Horror actor, Boy Meets World actor, to know what this guy has done over and over, and then to go sit in court and support him and write letters of support, shame on them.
Yep.
Shame on them. Fuck
well,
Hollywood.
Hollywood's for birds of a feather stick together, I guess.
Hollywood.
I'm going to cut some of them some slack for being just stupid. But it happens, and I believe him to be a pedo as well. So that's just the way it goes. Is this true?
Well, and Dan Snyder has turned attention because he likes the girls. I believe, my speculation, my opinion, he likes them young, but that's not as bad as what got admitted in this documentary, right? So look over here. This is a diversion, 100% a diversion. Look over here. Don't look at me. A man, and all of those young actors that he worked with have signed NDAs. So they can't come out and openly accuse him of anything. They can't. They all got paid like $300,000 to sign it. The only one who hasn't was Jenna McCready, right? She was the one who wrote a book called I'm Glad My Mom Died or something like that. I always liked her. She played Sam on Cat and Sam. But she is telling the truth about it. And she can because she didn't fall for it and she didn't sign an NDA.
Well, good for her. I think NDAs are horrible. And I don't.
They all have them. If you work in Hollywood, you're signing it.
Yeah,
we have them in our fucking space. I've encountered them in what we do.
Yeah, I couldn't work for anybody that required me to sign an NDA. Now, if they wanted me to sign a contract that had caveats in it, I'd consider it. But a blanket NDA, fuck you. That's the way it is. Now, is this real?
No, they hit us. They hit them with us for Our Revolution and Draft Bernie, and I've been hit with them in a couple of different spaces.
I know. I don't do it. So, but nobody wants me anyway. Is this true? Is this really true?
I don't know. That's why I brought it. Is it true? If CBS signed a $2 billion deal with Dave Chappelle for a new late night show, that would be awesome. I would watch it.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
I don't. Yeah, Dave, go work for CBS. I don't know. I'm not confirming or denying. I don't know. I saw this and was like,
No, I don't care. I wouldn't mind seeing him do a talk show.
well,
with
we
$2 billion.
see him on Saturday Night Live and shit, so he's willing to play in the realm, right?
Yeah. Well, after we saw what Kimmel and what's that other asshole's name? Colbert, after what they turned into when they got their shit and glory
Colbert
shit.
was always shitty, though. I gotta tell you.
I liked it when it was a
Colbert.
pistachio head. I thought that was funny. So
I liked him when he was a correspondent for The Daily Show.
Yeah, that's when I liked him. Yeah. But now he's got millions and millions of dollars, and they're paying him to dance with syringes.
And he's got the shit libs just feeding off of him. Are you kidding? I know so many of the people that were inside the Bernie camp with me that are avid, like, oh my God, anything he says is Bible, you know, like Colbert said it, so it's true.
Well, that leads me to this. Once I make my millions of dollars, and being that I've got, get your Mega Millions ticket, guys. It's going to be up to $1 billion by Tuesday, but I'll still come and do the show. I'll still come and do the show even when I win on Tuesday, so don't worry about that.
The curse of the lottery will come for you.
Yeah, the curse of the lottery will come. Anyway, next week we're going to have this is just a thank you thumbnail that I made for the show next week. I'm going to play a couple of seconds of it. Shanda gave me a thumbs up on it so far. I don't think she's quite tired of it yet, but here's a taste of it. Shanda will probably give you another sample on Monday on her show, but here we go.
Shania.
Yeah, good cover.
Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby.
I love your hair.
Thank you. I love yours.
Very Gandalf.
We knew we'd
Anyway, that
I love it. Did you guys see the background? The snow melting? Do you guys see it?
Yeah, yeah. Linda and Aram helped design this one, and I think it's going to be really nice. The whole thing is really pretty, and the music, Harry Worth picked out the music for this. Well, he sent me the music, and I thought, that would be great on a thumbnail. So thank you, Harry Worth, for that cover song, Shania Twain cover song. Really good. So what kind of announcements do we have, Shanda? What's going on?
Let's see. I've been working on Monday's Trailer Park Pundit for the last few days, so I've got a lot of good stuff over there, but I am working on an uncensored for Thursday. I think I'm going to do it around noon. Noon seems to be a good time because the morning people are done doing their stuff. The afternoon people haven't gone yet, so hopefully I'm not stepping on anybody. So you guys can all come hang out, and we've got some conspiracies. I mean, let's talk about why October 7th happened, why, Hamas did what they did. There's some pretty twisted conspiracy, biblical end of the world type of shit we need to talk about. And then April 8th, we got this weird narrative that's really forming around the April 8th eclipse, like the world's coming to an end and you need to prepare and backstock, and the military, the reserves have been called up. It's just crazy. So we got lots to talk about. So
cool.
I'm going to do the stuff I can cover on Monday, but a lot of it's going to uncensored for Thursday.
Well, it sounds like you've got a busy week again, Shanda.
Oh, and I'm moving in the new studio. Tomorrow, we're going to do another session in my studio, and hopefully I will get the fuck out of Restream. I will have better shots. My camera won't be cloudy between transitions. I'm excited.
I heard somebody else talking about how much they hated Restream this week, too.
Just the studio. I don't mind the actual Restreaming service.
I don't mind the service, but the studio sucks.
Over there.
Yeah, it does suck.
They haven't upgraded in years.
So next week, Beauty and the Boomer, it's going to be our thanks to you, and I hope Shanda and I can find some good stuff to entertain instead of buzzkill for the first half hour of the show. But we're looking forward to it.
We have to witness.
We have to bear witness to this shit, guys. And, I can't make any apologies. We just have to. And this shit's got to stop. So, but we've got a classic we're going out with. It's a long way to the top, and Come Together. And this is by a group called Detour, and it's a couple of years old, but I think they nailed it. This the lead singers, these gals are the shit. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did making it. And you guys have a wonderful week. We love our chats on all the platforms, the Twitch, the Rumble, the YouTube. Throw some wrenches, Chanda, the Rockfin, the Rumble, the Twitters, X's, and Kick, and anywhere else you are. Thank you so much for putting up with our shit for 2 hours on Saturday night. We enjoy coming in and joining you to bring maybe a smile, maybe a tear, and we're out of here. Chanda, you want to say goodbye? Good night?
Yeah, I feel like I was kind of low energy tonight. I don't know. It's been crappy and rainy here all day. I think maybe that sucks some of my energy too. But
you were fine. You were fine.
Join me Monday. We'll have a good show. I'll be raring to go. When I'm on Monday morning, when I'm having a good show, it's a good show. But when I'm having a Monday, it's a Monday, man.
I look forward to your shows on Monday, Wednesday, and you're going to have another one on Thursday. Is that going to be a night show or a day show?
Noon Pacific. So
okay. All right. We'll see you guys on Monday on Shanda's show. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great one. Good night. Good night. Bye.